All right, so 63-1 says use the given complex numbers z and w to find and simplify the following. Write the answers in the a plus bi form. So I'll just kind of talk about these. This is saying add your z plus your w. So my z is I, my w is -1 plus 2i. So you just combine like terms and you get -1 plus 3i. Some of these it says you need to square it. So like on the third dot where it says z squared, well that's the same as negative, this is I squared, which we know is -1. Some of these we have to divide. So the z over w, that's the same as I over -1 plus 2i. Now to get an I out of the denominator, we multiply by the conjugate. That's something that we just have to memorize. And then you would distribute it and simplify. The last little piece that we want to talk about is the bar. Z bar, that means the conjugate. So if you have a plus bi, the conjugate's a minus bi. If you have a minus bi, then your conjugate is a plus bi. So for z, right now it's just I, which is the same as 0 plus I. So my conjugate would be -I. And then the rest we can go ahead and perform and do. Simplify some of these. Like number 4. Square root of -9 times -16. Well, this is a negative is a positive. So that's going to be a positive, and then I still have my 9 times my 16, and so that's going to be radical 9 times radical 16, which is 3 times 4, which is 12. Now as opposed to like number 3, those are already broken apart, already inside the radical. So that's going to give me that square root of -25 times the square root of -4. That's going to be 5i times 2i. And so the i's, so I'm going to get 10i squared, which is -10. I to the, like number 7, where it says I to the 304. Since we know that I to the 4th power is 1, that's cyclic by 4, and i's are like cyclic. So we want to take the 304 and divide that into 4. So 4 goes into 30 7 times. Okay, so my remainder is going to be 0. So that means it goes into it evenly. So that's the same as I to the 4th power because it goes into it evenly. And so I can say that I to the 304th power equals 1. Find the exact values of the cosine, sine, and tangent value. So number 9, it's just unit circle stuff. So here at pi halves, it's 0, 1. And so the cosine value is 0. The sine value equals 1. The tangent, sine over cosine, gives me undefined. For number 12, it says solve the remaining sides and angles. So this is angle, angle, side. And so angle, angle, side, you want to use the law of sines. So just to set you up, you do b over sine b equals a over sine a. get b by itself, solve for b, enter all that in your calculator to find this angle 180 degrees minus the rest, etc., etc. But there's something about this triangle, so hopefully that you notice it. So 13, we have the absolute value of 3x minus 1 equals 10. So remember, when we have absolute value, we have the positive version equaling 10, and then we have the negative version equaling 10. And so then you get x by itself for each one, and that's going to be your solution.